On the Senate side, for Democrats, it is a hard no on McCarthy's plan, and President Biden isn't going to meet with the Speaker. So who will blink first? Which side? I want to bring in the Democratic senator from Washington, Patty Murray, chair of the Appropriations Committee, who was key to ending the critical debt ceiling showdown in 2013. So it's good to see you. And I wonder if there are lessons from 2013. Is the Republican side so different that the old rules don't apply? And I guess a key question is, are there proactive conversations ongoing, Senator?
Well, let me just say it's important to understand what is at stake right now. Our country will default on its debt if Republicans don't work to raise the debt ceiling, which simply means that we're going to pay our bills. Every family pays their bills. Every business pays their bills. Republicans are saying we're not going to pay our bills. We're going to let our country default and bring chaos to this country if you do not cut dramatically and undermine our ability to make the investments that we need to in our economy, in jobs, in our veterans' housing, in school lunches for kids, in so many things that our country relies on to keep our economy moving. That is crazy. This is asking us, do you want chaos or do you want chaos? And the answer is no. And it doesn't have to be this way. Simply pay our bills, do not default, and we will do what we do every year here in Congress and work between the Senate and the House to make sure that we decide what we want to invest in this country and how we do our appropriations bills and how we move forward. Holding us hostage to this debt ceiling crisis and the ability to make sure our economy doesn't crash is not how you negotiate. It has never worked. It has not worked in the past. It has created just a disaster for every party who's tried to hold it hostage, and it will not work for the House Republicans now. So get past this, work with us, pass the bill that we need to pass, and then let's, of course, work on our budget and our appropriations and our ability to make sure that our country moves forward in a positive way.
There have been polls that suggest Americans are divided about this. I think it's a complicated topic, right? Having said that, there's no doubt that Wall Street is nervous about the possibility that we could default. A lot of folks think about that would indeed push us into a recession. And I know you talked about what the implications are and what's at stake, but is there a way to overstate this? Or if it is as serious as that, as what you say, what a lot of folks on Wall Street say, how do you avoid it, Senator?
Well, we do not want our country to default. That will hurt everyone, absolutely everyone, in unimaginable ways, and our economy and the full faith and credit of this country for a long time to come. We have to do our job and make sure that doesn't happen. Let's get that done. We've done it before. We did it 3 times under Trump in a bipartisan way. No reason that we can't do that. And of course, then we move to our conversations that we have every year. What are the investments that we agree on that we can make? How do we make sure that we are paying for things that are important to families today? Look, the House Republican counter-offer right now is basically to cut 800,000 jobs, to stop us from building our manufacturing base, to cut out school lunches, as I said, veterans services and homes. That's not what our country wants. We're in the middle of a time where everyone knows we need to deal with the opioid crisis and fentanyl. To stop paying for that, to stop making sure that we're moving forward on that, is crazy. So we need to get past this and pay our bills, do not default, and then work within our budget to have a bipartisan compromise, which is what we should be doing.
Before I let you go, you are now the first woman to ever cast 10,000 votes in the Senate. That's an extraordinary accomplishment. In the context of making history like that, I wonder what your thought is about Chuck Schumer putting the Equal Rights Amendment back out there again for a vote, 100 years after it was proposed. How far have we come, Senator?
Oh, you know, obviously it is a critically important bill. It was introduced 100 years ago. It's astounding to me that it has not gone into effect yet. There are issues that are important to women, even beyond that, that we need to address, whether it is childcare, reproductive health care rights, making sure that we have family leave so we can take care of our kids when they're born and be able to not lose our job. There are so many economic issues impacting women today, and obviously the ERA would be great. We need to do a lot more than that today.
10,000 votes and still standing. Senator Patty Murray, thank you so much. We appreciate your time and for coming on the program.
Thank you.
New accusation.